Japan is still reeling with a scandal of Japan Science Councils, where some scholars were left out from the recommendation list by Prime Minister Suga's office. And I'm just wiping. And yeah, it was a scandal, and all right. And it's quite interesting that, it's quite interesting because in Japan, opposition is not necessarily tomorrow's government. So, when you are in opposition, you will be in opposition forever and ever. Amen. And because Liberal Democratic Party LDP has been in power for majority of the time in the post-war period. So it's a permanent residence in the powerhouse. And so when you oppose the LDP policy as a scholar, so far you wouldn't be invited to in the government committee on something else, but you could at least be elected as a member of the Science Council, but probably not anymore because Mr. Suga has made it clear. Mr. Suga's cabinet has made it clear that opposition scholars are not welcome. So in the UK or in the US, when you are in opposition, it will be probably in tomorrow's government because powerhouse changes and different political parties would be the government. But in Japan, because of the almost permanent residence of LDP in the government, when you are an opposition scholar, you are an opposition scholar for life, and that's a really interesting situation because, after all, science is about making your case, no matter what the prevailing doctrine of the time would be, and that is good science. So this new movement by the Suga government to expel scholars in opposition is probably really great killing of the spirit of science, and I don't think it's good. I mean, it might be a good policy making in the short run, but in the long run, this is going to an overkill for Japan's science, and I'm really worried. We should really have a healthy democratic system where, as I said, tomorrow's government is today's opposition and vice versa. But unless that happens, this is going to be a really bad news for Japanese science, especially for the humanities, because most of the expelled scholars were from the humanities, which is in due course to clash with the present administration anyway.